we are here live again for our cook-along this evening. I hope that you're all well. We'll give you a couple of minutes to jump on so that you can catch up to what we're going to be doing tonight. We are going to be doing a quick weekday chicken chasseur. So it is something that can be slow cooked, but it is something that I put together tonight so that we can do it midweek. It is Bastille Day on Sunday, so we're doing a bit of a French theme with our chicken chasseur. So I hope that you all enjoy it. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to start with my chicken, and the chicken I'm going to do a quick stir fry on. So we're going to get that started in just a minute. So I'll give everyone a moment. So I have cut my chicken to pieces. Let me just show you. Just into strips. So it's kind of strips like that. Okay, so just so we're going to give them a quick stir fry for a few minutes. Then we're going to set them aside, and then we're going to keep going with the rest of our meal tonight. So it's another, fairly quick one. Will be done in about, less than 30 minutes, which is always good for midweek, which is why I wanted to do something French themed, but also something French themed that didn't take a long time. So we'll get that going in just a couple of minutes. So, or just a minute. I think everyone's had plenty of time to get on. What do you think? Let's get cooking. So Sarah is there with your comments tonight. So she's more than happy to answer anything that you have. If you get lost along the way, let her know, and she can answer anything that you've missed along the way. Please feel free to share what it is you've been cooking, what you've been doing, what you're loving. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to my stainless steel bowl just for a moment. And I'm actually going to... I can actually see that tonight. I'm going to pop that onto stir fry, and I'm just going to let that heat up for about a minute, just so that when I throw that chicken in, it's nice and hot. So about a minute to warm up, and we should be good to go. So we'll let that go. So as well as our chicken, we have then got all of the goodies that go with that. So I've got 250 grams of mushrooms there. I've got my white wine and my chicken stock, some salt and pepper for some seasoning. I'm not a big seasoner as I go. I do kind of feel like people need to season themselves depending on their likes. I've got some tomatoes, some bay leaves, some thyme, my tomato paste, some butter, which I'm going to fry my onion and garlic off with as well in just a minute. And then of course our chicken. Now this dish you can serve with rice or mashed potato. That's completely up to you. Tonight, just for ease, I'm going to be doing just some rice. It's nice and quick, but it is amazing on mashed potato because it gets that beautiful soaked, everything soaks in it. So it's great. So, but you've got the choice. So we've heated that up for about a minute, and we'll stop that. Oh, I can feel the heat coming out of that already. And I'm going to throw my chicken in. This is what we want to hear, is that chicken sizzling already. So I've just got this on stir fry, and I've got it dropped it down to 140 degrees. And I'm just going to stir fry it for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to set the chicken aside. So we'll just pop the lid on that, and we'll get that going for the next 5. So I love doing the stir fry because it gives it that beautiful heat that we want, but it also has the stirrability that means that everything from the bottom goes to the top every minute when it stirs, so that you've got that beautiful frying effect like you would if you were using a wok. So we're going to let that fry away. I love that we're already seeing heat in there. So the chicken's just gone in. That oil did heat for a minute. And I've just done some salt and pepper just to season that chicken a little bit. So we'll close that up and let that keep going. So I'm just going to grab some foil. Oh, child locks on my drawers are driving me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to grab some foil because I am going to take the chicken out after the 5 minutes. And I'm going to set it aside. But to keep it kind of, I guess, warm and, really cooking, I'm going to pop some foil over that as well. So we'll get that ready to go, and we'll pop that down there and see. Okay. So like I said, this is a meal that you can do over quite a few hours. You can slow cook it. You can also do it sort of cooking it for longer, even just in the stainless steel bowl. But I am doing a midweek meal, so I wanted to do something that meant that you were eating in 30 minutes, which is what we love during the week. So you can have everything prepped, ready to go, your chicken chopped up and your veggies, your mushrooms and things. Really nice too. Then you can serve some steamed veggies on the side if you wanted to. So we'll let that keep going. Ooh, don't you love this? I love stir fry mode. if you're not using the stir fry function, you need to get into it. So I've done a number of recipes for the stir fry function. So if you have a look on the app, you should be able to find my sweet chili chicken and cashew. I think that I may have done that as a cook-along a little while ago. I know I've done it on TVSN a couple of times. But that is just like a Thai restaurant. I would just like, that's one of my favourite dishes at a Thai restaurant. And it is a really nice one. So if you love the stir fry mode or you're not using it and you think that you should, jump on and do the chicken sweet chili cashew stir fry. I also have put on there a prawn stir fry, which is a nice and quick 7-minute one as well. So, you know, like I said, the stir fry function is great because it means that we can be doing dinners during the week, super quick. You know, you couldn't even have a shower, get yourself dried and redressed into your jammies before your dinner was ready. So I think that that's the sort of thing we love, especially in winter when all we want to do is, you know, snuggle in for the night because it's cold outside and we want to get ready and have dinner early or quickly. So check those out. If you've done those ones, let me know because, you know, I always love to know if you've tried them and you actually, you know, what you think would be good. So, okay, I actually just realised that you might not be able to hear me properly. I'm going to put this in the bottom of my microphone. Hopefully you can. Okay. If you weren't hearing me properly, you can hear me now. Sorry, I just realised I was sitting on the bench. So, we've popped our chicken in. We've got it on stir fry. I've seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. My chicken is cut into strips. I popped it in there with some oil, first of all, just oil for a minute to heat the bowl up, to heat that oil up. And then I've popped my chicken in there for 5 minutes, just to give it a bit of a stir fry. I seasoned that with salt and pepper. Once that's done, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to let it rest while I do the rest of my ingredients. So, sorry if you couldn't hear me properly. I do have a good mum voice, but just in case you didn't hear me, that's where we are at. So we've also then got ready to go our onion and our garlic, so we're going to fry that up. We've also got our mushrooms ready to go, so we're going to pop the mushrooms, the onion and the garlic in next and give them a little bit of a cook through before we start adding everything else in. So chicken stock, some wine, some tomatoes, crushed tomatoes or diced tomatoes, whatever you've got, and then some fresh thyme and some bay leaves as well. So we're nearly there with this one. We'll let that tick down and then we'll put that aside. So sorry about the volume, hopefully we're all good now. Okay, so what have we got there? We've got 30 seconds to go and we can pop that aside. So if you missed it, I am going to take the chicken out of here and I'm going to pop that chicken into a bowl and just cover it in foil so that it can just sit there for a little bit. It'll probably keep cooking for me as well. And then we will get going with the rest of our menu, our meal, our ingredients tonight. I can smell that stir-fried smell of chicken, which is what we want. So, you know, that's exactly what we're after. Okay, I can hear that sizzling. If you can't hear that, I'm sorry, but it sounds amazing. Okay, are you ready? Whoa, look at that. And here that is amazing. So, I am just going to take my chicken. It's not cooked right through yet, but we don't want that. We just want to give it a little bit of a stir fry, just a bit of a head start on it, so that it can get cooking and we can move on to the next part. Why I also love to do this is because it gives that beautiful, you know when you stir fry and it gives that kind of, it starts to, I'll show you, it starts to do this on the bottom, starts to brown on the bottom. We want that because that's going to also create extra flavour. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add in, if I can find my instructions, my butter, which is right here, and that's going to start melting straight away. I'm also going to add in there my onion and my garlic. So I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. I've got a whole onion just thinly sliced, so we'll pop that in. And that's already sizzling in there as well. And then I'm also going to pop my mushrooms in at this stage as well. So I'll pop those in. I'm pretty sure that's it. Butter, garlic, sliced onions and my mushrooms. And I'm going to pop that back on. Stir fry again at 140 degrees for about 4 minutes. So let me just go and add my time. Oh, I was there, 4 minutes. And we'll get that going. So butter, and then of course the mushrooms to give it that beautiful flavour in there as well. So like I said, we like it when you take that chicken out and it's got that sort of starting to not burn but brown onto the bottom of the bowl, because once we put all of our liquid in, that's going to soak that off and bring those extra flavours through our meal as well. So let's get all of the next stage ready. So we're going to go with our white wine first. Now what I'm going to do with the white wine is I'm going to pop it in at the end of this 4 minutes, and I'm going to let it cook off for a couple of minutes because we want that sort of overpowering wine taste to cook off a little bit. So we're going to do that, and that will just go for a couple of minutes. Once we've done that, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients basically. So like I said, we've got our tomato paste, our chicken stock. If you're doing homemade chicken stock, even better. Every time you do your own stock, I think it's amazing. I think it makes a whole difference to a meal. We've also then got our fresh thyme, which I've just pulled the leaves only off. So if you wanted to put the stems in, you can, but it's obviously going to have to pull those out at the end. But I've just picked off the leaves, and we've got fresh leaves. A couple of bay leaves will go in as well, and my diced tomatoes. So I'll pop all that in there. And we're just about ready to go. We love a quick, simple meal. So we've got 2.5 minutes left at this stage before we move on. Now, I always say that, you know, obviously the time after this stage is going to, when you get to your chicken, is going to depend on how thick or thin you cut your chicken, whether it was straight out of the fridge or a little bit at room temperature. So there's always going to be variances when we're cooking. And the biggest thing that I always say is don't be quick to jump on, oh, it's not cooked, I need to whack it on for 5 more minutes. I like to tend to let things sit for a little bit. So when things sit, they tend to keep cooking, and it helps to stop then things drying out. So give it a chance. Sometimes it just needs that little bit of time to sit. It's like risotto. After 20 to 25 minutes, if your rice is a little bit crunchy, let it sit, okay? So just leave it, walk away. By the time you come back to it, it'll be absolutely perfect. So we're all good with that. Okay, so we're going to go and add our white wine in just a minute. I'm actually thinking, oh, that's not so good. No, I'm going to let that keep cooking off, and then I'm going to add a couple of minutes to it, and then we'll add the wine. So now, just a dry white wine. So I was like, oh, what's a dry white wine mean? I guess it means that you don't want it to be sweet, basically. So you want it to be away from the sweet end of your wine. And be that little bit dry. So I've just got a Pinot Grigio that I've popped in there, or that I'm going to pop in there, which is, you know, far from the sweet end. So you don't want anything that's got that really, you know what I mean. If you're a wine drinker, you don't want that sweet taste. So we're going to let that go. We've got 50 seconds, and I'm going to add that wine and cook that off for a couple of minutes. Okay. Now, I am going to serve this on rice tonight. It's up to you, like I think I might have mentioned earlier. If you want to do it on mashed potato, by all means do it on mashed potato. But the choice is yours. So whatever it is that you prefer to be able to do this one on as well, make sure that you choose what's going to work for you and your family. I do love it on mashed potato, though I am doing rice tonight because it's easy. Because that's what we want. During the week, you know, if I just have to heat up some rice or whatever, throw it in the microwave in my rice cooker, whatever it means. As long as it's easy midweek, because we're all busy and we don't have time to be doing all those crazy things during the week. Wouldn't it be nice, though, to have time to make crazy meals all week? And some of you may, and congratulations to you, I'm very jealous. Okay. So we've got that beautifully. I forgot my spatula. Oh, it's in the drawer over there, but that's okay. So we're going to just give that a little stir, and then I'm going to pop in my wine. And this is where we're going to get that beautiful, off the base of this, start to come out with the flavours with that liquid. And obviously we're going to add some more liquid to that as we go. So let's just cook that off for a couple of minutes. Oh, got a bit crazy. Okay, and that'll start to bring that flavour from the base on from when we cooked up that chicken. So then we're going to do that for a couple of minutes at 140 degrees. Again, I'm still staying on the stir-fry mode. 160 was probably a little too hot, which is why I've dropped the temperature a bit. And that's what's great about these functions, is that you can still change the temperature if you need to. So we've dropped it down to 140, and we're just going to let that go for a couple of minutes. Then we're going to add back our chicken. We're going to add our thyme and our bay leaves. I've also got our tomato paste, our diced tomatoes, and our chicken stock. So all that's going to go in and will be amazing. And then we're going to cook it around 10 minutes. So I'm going to sort of check it out as we go. But like I said, it depends on the temperature of your chicken as you put it in, the thickness, all of that. You can use thigh fillets in this if you wanted to as well. So that is definitely something that you can do. It's like most, a lot of chicken meals, you really can go between what you prefer and what's going to, what works for you. So this one is done with the chicken breast fillets, and we've just sliced them up. So we're nearly done with that, and you can see, and hopefully, if you're cooking along with me, let me know, because I always love to know if you've managed to keep up. Am I going too quickly? Are you, is it all working well for you? And feel free to add your pictures as well. So if you've served up and you've got a beautiful picture of what you've made tonight, share your photos with us, because we love to see that as well. Obviously we always put our photos on there and for you to see what it is we're cooking, but share all of that with us. Share photos of your family enjoying the meals as well. So it's always nice to know that what we're cooking and what we're bringing to you is something that the family's going to enjoy, or even if you're just going to enjoy it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Look at that. And the smell. And if you can see the bottom of your pot now, just by sort of toss things around, you can see what I mean by that sort of, whatever was burnt, not burnt, but, baked onto the bottom has all come off now beautifully. So, I'm going to add in there my chicken and all that beautiful juice that chicken has produced while it's sitting in there. I'm going to add my tinned tomatoes. And yes, they were out of a tin. Okay. Cheapest way for tomatoes at the moment, I think, is out of a tin when it comes to these sorts of dishes. It is on the pricey side at the moment. This is just a little bit of tomato paste going in there as well. So in there I've just added my tomatoes, my tomato paste, my, what else did I put in there? Tomato paste, wine. No, we already did the wine. Now I'm going to do my chicken stock. I'm going to put all of that in. I'm going to add my thyme and a couple of bay leaves, so I'll pop that in as well. And I think we are good to go. So we're going to pop that now to expert. And I'm going to pop that on for, I'm going to say 10 minutes, but let's just check it as we go. We're going to pop that on to speed, 1A, and we're going to add that temperature, go backwards because it's quicker, and we're going to pop that on at 120 degrees. So 1A, 120 degrees for 10 minutes, and then we'll get that going. So that 1A is going to give it that gentle stir every couple of minutes. Just to, whatever's on top will come into the bottom, just to make sure that it's all getting soaked in those beautiful flavours. So we'll let that go as well. Now I have got cheap rice again because it's just easier for tonight, and we'll let that go along. Okay, so we have got our beautiful offers on at the moment. So just a quick reminder of those, because they do finish on the 28th of July. So we've got the beautiful and amazing cocotte, which comes with our, that you can purchase separately, which does go onto our Cook Expert. And I would really love to know, for those of you watching tonight, who's actually bought one. So if you bought one, are you using it? What have you done in it? Are you loving it? Have you used it on your hot plate? Have you used it in your oven? Have you, really pushed the limits of what that beautiful cocotte can do? So it is something that I'm absolutely loving using, and it's really got me back into the slow cooking as well. So, always looking at new recipes and trying to find new things and new ways to do things. But I have also baked my bread in there. I've done cinnamon scrolls in the cocotte. I've done Vegemite scrolls. So it's a great one to be able to do in the oven as well. So I've done all of the dough in my Cook Expert, and then I've done everything else and rolled it, cooked it into my cocotte. So it's a really great addition to the kitchen. and it's a really great one to be able to use, not just on your Cook Expert, but then on your hot plates and also into your oven. So that is still a gift with purchase that we have for our purchase of the Cook Expert, which is great. We also have a gift with purchase on our food processor. Now, I've got to use my memory here. It is the dicing kit, the de Bouillere baking kit, and the baking book for memory. But it's a really good deal. So jump onto our website, all the information's on there as well. With our Juice Expert, you will receive our salad prep kit. So for anyone watching that doesn't yet own a food processor, but would love to sort of get in and not sure, but they also like the idea of juicing, you actually buy our juicer and you get what we call a salad prep kit, which goes on top of the juicer and converts the juicer into a food processor. So it's equivalent pretty much to our 3200 non-XL, so it's got the thinner feed tube. But it's a really great addition. If you've got a holiday home or you just want a juicer and you want a little bit of a bonus with that, then it's a really great machine. And then of course with our blenders, you can receive our 400ml blend cups. So all of our blenders, whether you buy, so you have to buy a 4 or a 5 to get the bonus, and that will give you the 2 400ml blend cups. But you can turn any one of our blenders, so a blender 3, a blender 4 or a 5XL, all of them can be converted into a personal blender, which I think is amazing. Personal blending in Australia is a big market and it's a big thing that a lot of us like to do. So it's really nice to know that you can have a full-size blender and a personal blender all in one machine. So I think for me it's all about, well, it's about landfill, so it's about buying products that are going to last me. So the fact that all of our products have a 30-year motor warranty, I think is a really big deal. All but our little baby micro. So every other one of our machines does have a 30-year warranty. So I think in terms of environmentally friendly, that's where Magimix is a really big part of that, because it's not contributing to landfill very often. So we get machines back on Cook Experts, well no, sorry, not Cook Experts, on our food processors that are 40 and 50 years old. And the only thing wrong with them is that they need a new bowl or a new lid or something. It's really never that big a deal. We don't get a lot of returns, which I think is amazing as well. So when you're looking at quality, you get what you pay for, I always say. So they are amazing machines. So, we're back to the blender. The blender gives you the 30-year motor warranty, but also at the moment gives you those beautiful blend cups. So you've got your smoothies on the go and everything else that you need. So, yes, so there are our promotions at the moment, ending on the 28th of July. So, right. I love a really easy dish that means at the end, I can just throw everything into the dishwasher and we are ready to go. Okay, I'm going to pop my rice into the microwave in my pre-prepared pot. Okay. So, are you doing this with rice or are you doing with this with mash? That's what I'd love to know. So it's always user's choice. I did a really yummy on TVSN on Saturday. I did a beautiful slow cooked beef. I think I've nailed it with that recipe. Really, that was amazing. At the end of the show, I was going to one of my friends' houses for dinner, and I thought, maybe I'll just offer to bring dinner. And then I thought, no, because there'll be none left. The crew will get into it. There was nothing left of 1.5 kilos of meat that I did in this beautiful slow cooker. They loved it. So that's always, I'm always quite impressed that they eat it all. It's always, I guess, when it's leftovers that makes you worry that it wasn't great. Okay, so we'll let that keep going. But there was something else I was going to say when I was talking about that. Now I can't remember. It's completely flipped my mind. I was going to say, we have TVSN on Sunday. So it is French Day on TVSN, and Magimix have the last show of the day for the French theme, and that is going to be at 3:30. So what are we going to be doing on that show? I'm actually going to be launching a brand new colour of the 5200 XL. So I'm really excited because it's very, very exclusive. We don't have a lot of stock in the country at the moment. We are hoping we can get more, but there's absolutely no guarantee. So these machines will be sold exclusively on TVSN on Sunday in an exclusive colour. So you'll have to tune in to actually have a look and see it. It's beautiful. And we're really excited to be able to bring you something new. So anyone that's out there looking for a food processor, 5200 XL, new colour, TVSN Sunday, 3:30, and you'll get to have a look and see all the capabilities of what a 5200 XL food processor can do. So I will be making bread, I'll be making a lemon meringue pie, I will be doing dips and juices and, did I say bread, making baguettes, I'll be doing, there's so many things I'm doing, you're going to absolutely love it. So please tune in, have a look and check out our new colour of our machine. Like I said, it's exclusive and I'm hoping that you all absolutely love it. Numbers are very limited and I am already very concerned that we will not have enough machines, but I guess if it is super popular that we may have more leverage to try to get more made or more brought into the country, but I can tell you it's very limited. So we're really excited to be able to bring you that. Okay, so we've been going now for about 8 minutes. I think we'll just let it go for the last 2. And then you can stop me talking. I won't talk anymore, I promise. Okay, let me get a ladle. I've got my tongs. I'm ready to go. So this is what I'm calling a quick weekday chicken chasseur. It is one that means that you can get home and get it on the table within 30 minutes. You can slow cook a chicken chasseur as well. Thigh fillets is the best way if you're going to do slow cooking on this one, but it is delicious and it is super easy and it's super yummy. And I'm telling you, it is smelling, oh, absolutely amazing. I think that thyme, fresh thyme in there makes a big difference as well. So we've got that cooking away. It is sitting on 1A at 120 degrees, just on our expert mode. It is so bubbling away in there. We're getting that chicken cooked. Like I said, if you get to the finished stage and you think your chicken's not quite there, don't start the machine for any longer. Just let it sit, pop the lid back on, just give it, 4 or 5 minutes, let it sit and let it soak in those juices and cook through by itself without having to actually amp up the temperature and everything again, because it just means you're probably going to overcook it. So patience sometimes with cooking, just to let things sit, is a really good thing. So we're nearly there. I've got my salt and pepper in case you want to keep seasoning, that's up to you. I've got everything ready there to go straight to the dishwasher. So it's going to literally be 1 pot to wash up and we're going to be done. We love a meal like that. How long have we got? 30 seconds. Can you believe it? I can't believe how quick 30 minutes goes. So normally I would be obviously standing here as this cook, so I could have vacuumed the floors or, who wants to do that? Had a glass of wine and watched the news. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're down to the last 15 seconds and I'm pretty confident that this is going to be ready. So we'll let that finish off. I hope that you cooked along. Please let me know if you did, because we always love that. But please share your photos. Even if you do the cooking tonight, later, or tomorrow night, pop your photos on there and let us have a look, because it's always nice to see how you dress it up. I remember we did an event once before and we did brownies, and the way that people dressed the brownies up later and popped their photos on was absolutely amazing. So please feel free to pop your photos up there. But I'm feeling like this. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's a thicker piece. Yeah, we are good to go. Okay, are you ready? So I'm just going to pop a couple of pieces of that chicken on the top there, like so. Now those mushrooms, oh my gosh, I love mushrooms. Almost as much as coriander. Actually, they could also be on the same. Okay, so we're going to pop that on. We're going to add some juice into that beautiful rice. Remember to remove your bay leaves. No one wants to chew on a whole bay leaf. Okay, we are here. We're going to wipe that a little bit because it dribbled. And we are done. Here we go. We have chicken chasseur in less than 30 minutes. It's midweek. It is delicious. It's French. Bastille Day Sunday. See you on TVSN. Please watch and have a look at this new machine. Can't wait to see you, well, can't wait for you to see me. And that we can release that to you. So enjoy, bon appetit, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.